Will this make more goods available on shelves? Will it reduce prices? Will it make my holiday packages get to my house on time?
Well, the short answer is yes, it will. First of all, 4% over last year. Remember, prices were down last year. So that's fifth grade math. You know, if it's down at 50% last year, it's got to be up 100% this year just to get the nominally back to the same number. But that aside, the point is absolutely it's going to happen. And the real reason it's going to happen is because managing transportation has become a profession. Over the last 40 years since deregulation, it's become a profession that has more talented people, more brain power, as well as more of those people committed to it. And they have better tools than they've ever had before. So as you just noted, almost 40% increase in the amount of containers they're moving already through that port. The reason we're all crying about this is because economic demand is so strong. It's called growing pains. These will get solved.
Donald, it's Kelly here. And we had an interesting discussion last hour about Signet Jewelers, which has been able to avoid some of these problems because it's been using air freight. Are there other companies that you think could or should have found a way to avoid dealing with container ships? Or is it just a lot easier to send jewelry on planes than it is to try to import other kinds of goods?
Great question, Kelly. That's entirely dependent upon the value to density of the product. So if it's a semiconductor, very high value, very low density, yeah, you pay Fred Smith to move it across the Pacific for you. But if it's it's dog food or coal, you don't move that via air freight. So high value, low density type goods, absolutely, positively. A lot of the stuff that goes in the stocking stuffer is going to get moved via air freight, and the FedExes and UPSs of the world are going to benefit from the results of it, as well as XPO Logistics, people like that.
Well, Don, I'm going to push back on one thing. Not everybody's crying. Trucks and trains, well, they have the more pricing power than they've ever had historically, and more volume than they've ever had historically. My question for you: we saw some big name companies there at this meeting at the White House: Walmart, Target, Samsung. If they increase their operations, how are they going to offset the increased cost to those operations? They're also going to have to hire more people. How does that all work for their top and bottom lines?
Well, there's two things at work here. First of all, the higher the value, the lower the density of the product is, the less a component the cost of transportation is in the cost of goods delivered. So if you look at something like coal, for instance, half of the cost of goods is transportation. The cost of goods delivered is the cost of the transportation. Versus an iPhone, it's a smidge of the overall cost of goods delivered. So you can double that 1/10 of 1%, and you still haven't done anything to pay for it. And so the companies that are producing great, fast, expedited services can pay their workers more, produce that velocity, ask for pay increases from the customers, and everybody still is fat and happy at the bottom margin line. And those companies that are all there, let's just fess up on this. What the Biden administration has done is bring this to national attention, bring a profession that was ready to be on the national stage, introduce them and put them there. But that was going to happen anyway. That was going to happen because Walmart is a leader, not only a retail leader, they're a leader, they're a logistics story. And FedEx and UPS, they're global leaders in fast chain, fast cycle logistics. And they're going to do what they're going to do anyway because the shareholders require it, not because the Biden administration asked them to do. So,
Donald, what can the Biden administration achieve here, as we know that what's going to happen this Christmas season, to Frank's point, was in the cards months ago? A lot of these are long lead purchases. You can't. So they are trying to expand the operating hours at the ports now to basically 24/7. What else can be done?
I'm not besmirching what they're doing. Calling attention to it is certainly a good public function. I'm just saying that the marketplaces were already doing it. Buyers for all the different retailers had made their purchases, made their bets on how many Tickle Me Elmo dolls they were going to sell at Christmas. That's why all those containers are backlogged and full. They've already predicted that we're going to have a blowout retail sales number in the coming months. But bringing it to the public's attention and making it something that everybody is focused on and hence willing to pay a little bit more for helps this profession pay to get it solved, pay to get it fixed. A year from now, this will not be an issue.